one of the interesting things about a big film like this, you get to tour around the world and you get to go to Europe. And do you find that the questions about this film, because there's so much to be covered here, do you find that people are focusing on very similar things here, or the spirituality of it, or what are the questions that you seem to be?
Yeah, I get questions. Most of my questions are about what it's like working with Peter Jackson, you know, because he's such a successful director, you know, and has really, you know, become such an important director that people are really curious what that experience is like. But I've been getting a lot of questions on how they feel the movie is faithful to the book. I get questions on afterlife questions.
What is your take on that? If you
my take on the afterlife?
Yeah.
I think there's something. I think we've had many lives before this, and we have many lives after this. You know, not so much that we're aware of it when we're in the process. So I think something goes on.
The character kind of oversees things and is torn between the thing in front of her, this kind of happiness or you know, bliss, versus what's been going on with her in the real world. And so, do you when you hear about that, or when you read this in the script, or maybe in the book, did you find that made sense to you, or do you feel like it's?
I don't know. I think it's more you're not as aware of what's going on in Earth once you leave here.
Okay. So, you know, when you work on a film like this, and the cast is pretty amazing. So and is it because none of you have worked with Peter before? Right. Was everybody kind of, as an actor, are you also a little bit curious then to see what kind of experience he would?
Oh yeah, someone who's that, you know, who's that successful and that important. You know, you're really kind of curious to see what the approach is, and you know, what's the method behind the madness and stuff. But he loves filmmaking, you know, and he's still very much, I think, enthralled by it and enchanted by it, and that rubs off, you know, and that contributes to your experience.
One of my favorite Peter Jackson films is Heavenly Creatures, which is so rooted in reality, and so this film obviously has a very similar aspect to it too, and so because we know him as the Lord of the Rings director and stuff. So when he directs things in terms of scenes and how you play off with actors and the intensity of stuff, I don't know, walk me through like what would happen. Is he as normal and realistic as is, or is it more technical, or? Well,
he's very clear on what he's doing with the camera, and he keeps us out of that, which is good. So we can just focus on what we need to do. So I think what he's very successful at, and that he succeeds in this movie, is having this, being able to create this world, either a fantastical landscape like he does in this movie, or even designing interesting shots to shoot something very reality-based, and combining that with an ability to get people to deliver emotion and touching performances and stuff like that. He has a real gift.
I know you're also a director too, so by working on an experience like this, how does it maybe enhance what you're going to do, or did you learn any tricks from all this?
You know, you learn when working with, the common thing I found with the best directors I've worked with, and Peter Jackson is obviously among them, is the atmosphere that they create on a set, and the respect that they give to their collaborators, their crew, and their cast. And when you create that atmosphere where you feel like you want to contribute and you feel respected, you feel open, you don't feel this tension, you feel creative, and people do their best work. I don't think people do great work when there's yelling and screaming and tension and all that stuff. I certainly don't.